Hi, I'm Renji. Welcome to my life. This is my now bi-weekly series where I catch you up on my life and how I've been feeling. I decided to try to streamline this video in terms of audio and video, so I'd love to know how you think that came across. I'm still reading a ton of One Piece this week, but my volumes of Delicious in Dungeon are due soon, so I've been reading some of that as well. I just finished volume 7 today. Well, as I'm doing this. Overall, I've been reading more than I've been gaming. I also ordered an e-reader for manga, which was admittedly not the best decision, but let's see how that goes. I also plan on using it as a new journal for my YouTube ideas and art and just, anything. I'm trying to organize my life and I think it may help. Also, I got a new cord for my IEMs and it makes sound feel so good, dude. I've been using them for my PC and my Steam Deck now. Alright, let's get started onto the main course. Okay, let's start over, please. I have recorded some of this video already, but I don't know how I feel about it, and I don't know how I feel about me speaking from a script because it's weird. I just want to talk, but I'm also scared of just talking because I might talk too long or I might just not talk enough. I feel like I never say things the way I want to say them. I have trouble expressing myself. So, anyways, I'm just gonna do this here. I'm gonna give you basically a quick view on this whole thing, and then I'll have my actual script in some other form that I can just read off, or even just you can read off. That would be easy, right? If you read it, but then you had me to listen to. I don't know, maybe that might be too much for everyone to handle, but try. I don't know. Let's try this out. So, number one thing I want to talk about, I love my Steam Deck, dude. This thing, amazing. You heard that? That's my Steam Deck. Love this little guy. I recently got it a case, and it has a kickstand, and unlike the Switch, I have been using the kickstand a lot here. A lot of people say that it becomes flimsy after use, but so far it's been pretty good for me. Haven't had any issues. It doesn't flop out, but it also doesn't stay completely flush, which is a bit annoying, but whatever, dude. I honestly just use it to prop it up on my table, so if it does that, cool. And also, you can take it off. It's not permanent, so if it bothers me, I can just take it off too. Pretty sick. One thing that does bother me though is this case does not want to come off for anything. So I had a hell of a time trying to put a screen protector on there. I mean, it worked out. I mean, I got it. It has a few bubbles, but it's not on the screen itself directly. It's around the edges, so I'm not too mad about it. Alright, let's get into it. The Steam Deck is what the Vita wanted to be. The Vita had a very short life, and it just wasn't utilized. But now the Steam Deck can run. Listen to me. The Vita had a back touchpad that not a lot of developers like to utilize, which was unfortunate because I thought it was a really interesting mechanic and it was something new, a gimmick that was fresh. I mean, Nintendo just released the 3DS at the time. I mean, 3D, how do you top that? I guess you could start with an OLED screen and a back touchpad. Did it work out for them? No. But I still love it to this day. I love my Vita. I just don't use it anymore because it didn't have so many games that I liked. I ended up using my Vita a lot about a couple months ago solely for the use of emulation and playing Pokemon ROM hacks. you can only do so much, really. I had 2 games that were on the Vita that I absolutely adored and poured a ton of time into, and that was Persona 4 Golden and Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. Also, Ragnarok Odyssey Ace was the second version that was basically the same game plus some DLC. That's really all it was. So it's the definitive version. I loved that game. It feels like a faster version of Monster Hunter. That's all I can say. I don't like how long Monster Hunter takes, but for these missions, I forget time. I'm racing against time, actually. And that could be the case in Monster Hunter, I don't know. From what I played, which was about, like 20 hours? Or 30 hours in my life? It was too slow. Come on, dude. I love Ragnarok Odyssey. Clothes are tight, the weapons are cool, and there's a cool little card mechanic that you can end up using, which honestly, I don't feel like it affects me too much, but you can get some pretty cool, like, status effect add-ons to your attacks, which I really like. So, I always wanted to play cross-play. I wanted to have a PS3 that would allow me to, like, use my save from my Vita and my PS3 and just interchangeable, like, kind of thing. I don't know how to bring this out, but I wanted that. The fact I could use my save file on a console and on a handheld, that was mind-blowing to kid me at 13 years old. And now I'm 24, and I can do that with my Steam Deck, with all my Steam games, if they work on here, and to be honest, almost all of them do. I haven't really tried any that haven't worked, other than Grandia HD. That didn't work out for me. I didn't want to start on the Steam Deck. But some games that didn't want to run on my computer before ran on my Steam Deck, like Sega Bass Fishing. It's crazy stuff like that. I don't care, dude. I can play my emulation on here, and it works. I can play DS, 3DS, Wii U. DS, I tried to do dual screen and it didn't work out. That's probably on me, but it doesn't make it easy on me either, so. 3DS, I'm pretty sure is much easier, as it's more similar to Wii U in the fact the dual screen, you can have these separate windows, which really helps. I loved Ocarina of Time 3D. That was my first 3DS game, and it's still one of my favorites to this day, and I can play that on here. Another game I really enjoyed on the Wii U, because I got the limited edition Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Wii U. I got Wind Waker, and I played that for a while. That was one of the Wii U games I actually wanted to play through. I didn't end up beating it, but I got pretty far. I just ended up getting lost in the ocean. I loved just being on a ship in the middle of the ocean. I felt like a fucking pirate, dude. Like, Luffy who? Yeah. It's so cool. And now I can play it on my Steam Deck. The dual screen emulation, once you get it set up, is pretty flawless. I haven't had any issues other than the fact that my A and B buttons are switched, and it can be a bit confusing at times. If I could get that fixed, then I would be super happy, but I'm still gonna play, girl. I like it. I like it a lot. It makes things really easy, and if you didn't want to do dual screen, you could still, like, set it up so that one of the back buttons could be your switch screen button, and then you could technically have both screens, because the bottom screen isn't a necessity. It's just nice to have as like a map. That's what I would use it most for, so that's pretty cool. Oh, another game I really like, Phantasy Star Online. Blueburst. I love the environment and I love the aura of the game. It's just really great. And it's really cool how you can still have online. I wish they would do that for Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. I really do. I would love to play that game online again. So I also tried Elden Ring co-op. That was pretty good. I didn't really have any issues. Sometimes there were some glitches, but I mean, it didn't stop me. Me and my friend played for a couple hours and we beat the first 2 bosses and I got a cool weapon. So what more can you ask for there? It worked enough that I could do that. So yeah. It wasn't too hard. I followed a tutorial to get it on the Steam Deck and it was really easy once I followed that. Basically, it runs the mod and it runs Elden Ring at the same time. And it works. Alright. I really love using Game Pass on my Steam Deck. I also love using YouTube on it. It's great. It's just really fun. I like having it as a second screen I could just put on in the background while I'm drawing or while I'm doing editing on the computer, so the audio doesn't get like mixed up in my ear. I just have the audio from the YouTube video. It's usually music, but I just have that going on my Steam Deck and then I can just listen to my editing audio on my computer. It works out for me. It's a process. It's a process? No. It's something. It's something that works for me. So YouTube works well, but Xbox Game Pass works just as well, and you can stream games. From your Xbox, you can stream games. You can stream games from your computer on Steam Link. Like, you can... I've seen people stream their games from PS5 to their Steam Deck. Like, there is so much you can do with this little computer. It's a little computer, and I use it as a little handheld, and I love how much customization I can have with it. But back to Xbox Game Pass, I love Persona 3 Reload. It has my favorite parts of Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5. I never beat Persona 3, but I did beat Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5 Vanilla. I didn't beat Persona 5 Royal because I wasn't gonna go through that again. I didn't think it was worth it. I just listened to the extra music. That was it. I wasn't going to just go through it again. It's such an investment. Persona games are such an investment. That's why I haven't played one in years. But I've been playing SMT, and I love it, dude. I love Shin Megami Tensei. The first one is the one I've been playing, and I mean, it's not really hard once you like grind. It's not difficult, and you can cheese everything with Zeo and guns. So it's really not impossible here. I love the environment in the introduction, and I just won't leave. Like, I have played after that, but in my current save, I don't want to go past that. I don't want to say goodbye to Mom. I really enjoy the music from the game, especially the introduction. I love the fact that it feels so happy and light. This main home theme, it's just so good. I'll listen to it and it will literally calm me down. I can actually relax. It feels homey, and it builds this environment of this is your town and you're getting to see it change, and how there are demons everywhere and people are dying, and these are people that you knew and people that you will get to know, and it's just about growing up and living in the real world. That's what it says to me. I don't know, I love that game, and I love the music, and I love a bunch of games, and I keep coming back to games all my life. I keep playing the same games because I love them so much, and I love the experience that they used to give me. I don't play Overwatch anymore because it doesn't make me happy anymore, and I don't have fun with it anymore. So I've been trying to play games I actually do have fun with, and Persona 3 Reload has been a lot of fun. I love just going into Tartarus, gearing up my guys. I love buying items on sale days. I love going to work to make a little extra money on the side. I love completing the little tasks for the Velvet Room. I find that so fun. And most of the time, it's things that you would already do, which I love. I love getting rewarded for things I was already going to do. It is just the art style, the art direction is solid. It's taking from Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. I'd say if I had to take, it's about those colors that they use. They love to use colors when it comes to these different games. And for Persona 5 it was red, Persona 4 it was yellow, Persona 3 it was blue. So blue is a very common theme. Even the title screen looks very similar to Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. It's these still shots of the kids in their main environment where they conjugate, you know? You get to see that, and that's the introduction to the game. That's the introduction to this story, to this life. You get to know them from their actions and from their environment. The main character awakens his persona in the coolest way to save this girl. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. I forgot her name. But he saves her. He needs to awaken his power. His parents are not here. Like in many other games, we are guardianless when we reach this place. And then we start to gain some familiarity, we start to gain some friends, and we start to build our connections. And that's what this whole game's about. And it's just so fun, because you get to learn a little bit about people, but you can also work on yourself. And I love going to the Wingstop place and getting some courage points. I love sleeping during class, getting courage points. I love eating mysterious food and getting courage points. I love working a shift and getting charm and courage, because yeah, you need that for customer service. Like, hello? It's so good. You get okay. You can even get knowledge from eating certain foods. I think that's so cool. You have to have a certain academic prospect to be able to reach the level to be able to consume these foods. It's so funny. It's just unlocking the world. That's all it is, but it's so fun. It's just about how I'm experiencing games now. I'm truly enjoying it and loving every moment. And if I don't, I tend to stop playing. I don't want to play games that make me super angry, though I do get mad when that stupid golden shadow thing just runs away. Like, I can never defeat it in Persona 3 Reload, and it bothers me. But one day I will kill him. I just hate that little guy. He runs around on his little hands, on his little fingers, and he thinks he's better than me. One day, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. I'm gonna be so proud that one day. I did beat for the first time, higher level or higher ranked shadow than me, and that was scary because I used up so much SP during that entire battle, and I didn't have very many regenerative items. I had 3 that were the big items that regenerate 10 SP or 50 SP even. So I don't want to use those just to heal up after a guy, you know? I think it was just best to not fight them. I don't really feel like you get enough. Sure, experience, okay, but I thought I'd get some really cool prize or something. It's just more experience than usual, so I think I'd rather just get more experience from the shuffle times. Excuse me. That's all. Okay, ultimately, I've been really enjoying this game, and I'm gonna continue playing it. I also took my Steam Deck to a friend's house, and that was cool to be able to just play outside. I played Xbox Game Pass, Persona 3 Reload. That's what I did at the house, and then I passed out on the couch, and then it was time to go home. On the way there, I did play some Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, and I was really having fun with that. I was just completing my quests, going back to base, checking my equipment, seeing if I can respec anything, just checking if I could get new items, if I could buy new costumes, all that. It was fun. I had a good time. And I don't normally take my Steam Deck anywhere because I usually just go to work, and I have a germ thing, so I don't want to bring my Steam Deck to that place. I would just much rather not. But I had fun, and I also had fun recording the outside world. I really enjoyed that. Not to mention, I also really liked the fact that I was able to draw so much for this whole thing, for this channel. It feels more rewarding than streaming did, because I would stream after I created things, and I just wouldn't get to keep that high of oh, I created this, so cool, because I'm streaming, I don't see it, and I don't normally watch my streams. But with this, if I do watch my videos, then I get to see the overlays I was using at this point in time, and I'll get to know how far I've come and how much I've created, and it's just really fun, and it's nice to have something to look back on, and it's nice to have something to show me hey, I came from something and I've made it somewhere farther along and closer to where I want to be. I have come to love video making more since starting this whole thing of trying to release a video every 2 weeks. I was so scared of being late this time, and that was a realization there, because I actually care about the deadline, and that's not something I've felt in a long time. It was mostly because of fear in school, and now it's just because I want to do it. I want to release things at a certain time. I want to find my flow and my rhythm in terms of my editing process. And this time, things took longer because I was challenging myself and trying to make myself get all the footage I might want or need. But the thing is, I didn't have a clear narrative, so it took longer for me to create this whole thing, and I'm still unsure about it. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what to do first and in what order, because I decided to just focus on footage first and what footage I wanted after thinking of a very loose overlay of a narrative. And I spent most of my time drawing these new overlays and everything. I'm using all these assets. So I didn't have enough time to flesh out the story like I would have liked. So story is something I'd like to focus on next time. But I also really wanted to focus on the visuals, how I could streamline that, and how I could express myself and have fun and have more than just one thing. I want more than just one thing to pay attention to. Like, I love adding little details. I just need them to mean something now, and that's a little harder. Instead of just doing whatever I want, I need them to mean something. So things are taking a bit longer. I'm still trying out new things and I'm still figuring things out as an artist, but I feel a rush every time I finish a video, and I'm just like, on to the next one. Because I finished something. It's not a scrap. I finished it, and it feels good. And at some point, I want to feel like I make good videos. And I still want my feelings to be heard, but I want to be able to focus on topics as well. I want this to be an update for my life and my feelings, but I need the narrative to follow something I would actually like to watch. I need to find my purpose in these videos and what exactly I want to come across. What is my artistic vision? It's hard. I've been watching someone and I get really jealous every time I see their videos, because they're just experiencing everything I want to experience, and they're making everything that I want to make because it makes me feel certain ways. It's hard. It's so hard. I want to, like, be there already at the peak. I want to see what I've made already, which is why I feel like I'm rushing, but I'm also stopping myself from rushing because I feel like I have to do a lot of prep. I feel like I have to get a lot of things in order before I can reach that final destination. It's a lot of pressure. And this video is going to end up being longer than the last one, and it was supposed to be faster, but what can I do? We're gonna try this out, and we're gonna see how my footage keeps up with my voice this time, and we're gonna see how the visuals correlate with the audio this time. Let's see if I can get it right. Okay. Please like, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and come see me again next time to see how I change things up and improve my skills as an artist. Thank you for listening to me rant. Okay, I am done rambling. See you. Anyone would think that this is a Wii U gamepad if all they saw was the screen and then this, like, I plugged it in. No, I didn't.
Everybody knows you're gay. You're gay.
My horse name? What should I name my horse? I don't know. I'm gonna call him Kiryu. Like the guy I play in Yakuza. Because in One Piece, you have so many main characters, and that must be tough. Which is why he probably hasn't added a new
Holy
one.
shit.